We'll let Slim Shady for this episode.
Fucking Slim Sean over here.
No, I don't know why.
Slim Sean. Slim Sean.
Don't say that. Please don't say that. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. Sorry.
I'm here with Skittles.
Skittles.
I'm here with Skittles.
Who's Skittles?
You?
I give you Reese's Pieces.
Wow.
Welcome back to the Grease Trap. It's been a while. I know. My name is Dom.
I'm James.
I'm Sean.
Yawn.
Fuck you.
And I'm Yawn.
I said Sean.
I know,
Fuck off.
but you were yawning, you know? It's
Yeah.
cool.
Double entendre.
You're right.
Come on, man. Come on.
I get it. You got it.
Sorry for the lack of posting. We had a little schedule issue. It's not resolved, but it's kind of resolved. I still have 2 podcasts that we haven't posted. So,
serious?
yeah.
You haven't posted it?
I haven't posted.
But why don't you just post them over the 2 weeks that we missed?
I've been working a lot.
You've been busy. It is what it is.
I've been busy. I've been working a lot.
You should have just texted me. I would have done it.
I probably
But that's nothing for the podcast, but...
It's on. It's on me, guys. Sorry. Hopefully, maybe the next episode that you see might be an old one. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But let's get right into today's conspiracy theories.
I mean, these are like stupid ones. I mean,
Yeah, get some nice
Like,
quick ones.
nothing
for you
is
guys.
offensive.
No, these are gonna change the world.
They are going to change the world a bit. Open your third eye a bit.
well, yeah, when I say stupid, I mean like a little more meaningless. Not like nothing about religion or anything like that.
Like the first one I put in bold by accident, and it's like probably the most stupid one.
What, that the lizard people
The
run
lizard
the world?
people.
Yeah, the lizard
People
people.
start with that when you're the lizard people.
Does anyone know about the lizard people?
To be honest,
So there's a little
I should.
theory that the world
I
is
don't know.
that the world leaders are like, they're just like props, and the lizard people are underground running the world.
I heard Hillary Clinton was supposed to be involved in
I
that.
heard about that.
Hillary Clinton is a lizard person? What?
So, alright, I now that I really think about it, yeah, I heard something like that.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past it.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, not that.
This
but,
kind of goes.
I mean, yeah, who
This
knows,
kind of goes
bro.
hand in hand with something that we were just talking about.
It's like Mark Zuckerberg,
like
too.
5
Yeah,
minutes
Mark
ago.
Zuckerberg,
Yeah.
the lizard people.
I don't know if any of you have like played story mode in GTA, but Trevor, in like the beginning, him and Ron are always talking about how lizard people run the world and how they don't want their information getting out to the lizard people.
Yeah.
I don't know if any of you played
Well,
story
you talking about Trevor?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trevor, that's taking the word.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be the sensible character, right? Yeah, I mean, none of them are. You know what I mean?
Probably the most like important one.
That is true. No, he's the most versatile character. I'll give it to him.
Sure.
To say the least.
I don't-
bluntly.
I don't think you viewers should base your lifestyles based on Trevor, though.
No, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, exactly.
Probably not.
Like, even though Trevor's a mythical character, I don't think we should base it off. Well,
He's a high tier character.
no, he is.
He can go on
He
the
is.
run to Goku in like a 1v1.
No, yes.
Yeah.
You're right. No, you're absolutely
Bro,
right.
I swear to God, I think a few years ago I actually saw something about that. Like Trevor would probably kill him. I'm like, what?
It was like Shaggy.
Yeah, some shit like
They're
that.
actually making a Warner Brothers game now. It's like Smash Brothers, but it's just like Warner Brothers characters like Batman,
That's dope as
Bugs
fuck.
Bunny, I forgot the Tom and Jerry, like all those people.
The animation will probably be really cool.
No, that's
Oh, and Shaggy's
Probably
thing is like he powers up like Goku. Like he's like actually goes like Super Saiyan
That's dope as fuck.
because of the memes.
That makes no sense. Bro, getting a little off
Yeah,
topic.
it's a lizard.
Yeah, but the lizard people, I don't know, like,
I
they
don't
live
know
on the
who
ground.
think of this shit. I don't know who has the time to actually analyze these like high power elites and be like, yo, they're lizards. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Every drug in the book.
of all the things I've thought of these people, or I don't even. Hang on, let me see this lizard people.
But lizard people
List.
could probably just like they don't really have that much of a buff other than just breathing underwater, right?
I don't know.
Like they can't be that much smarter. It's like
I mean, obviously they are if they're running the world.
I don't think. I guess so. If that's the case.
I mean, if you think of this is one thing I do think about. All right, let's say like let's dilute this lizard people thing, and let's just because I am big on the fact, bro. Like the elites do work together to some extent. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't. But then you really think if you have everybody in power who even we see as complete rivals on opposite sides of the spectrum. Well, they work together. If then you find out they're working together under the books, bro, it's like them. What do we even have opinions for?
And they're just lizards.
Like, yeah.
It's a good point.
that's a very diluted version of it. Then let's say that they are all lizard people. You know what I'm saying? Let's say forget that they're a part of a cult or some shit. Let's say they are all lizard people. You know what I'm saying? Then it would make they can run shit because they work together in that sense. Like
they're all the same.
So can lizard people disguise themselves as humans easily? Like they just
I have no fucking clue.
I
I'm not saying these even exist.
I think the theory goes that like
all
people
theory.
like Biden and like Kamala Harris and all these like high power, like Sean would say, high power elites. They're just like fronts. Like they're actual people, but they're just like fronts, and the lizard people tell them what to do.
Okay, that's alright.
It's like a society of lizards that like live underground or some shit. They're just like in hiding.
I think that theory would be so much more like, reasonable if it wasn't just lizard people.
Listen, government, don't come kill us. We don't know what we're
Yeah,
talking
you guys can be lizards, we don't care.
Oh yeah, I have no idea what I'm saying. Trust me, this is
we don't know
not
what we're talking about.
I
Probably
literally
helping you out.
looked into this for about 5 minutes. Like,
Yo, honestly, we're probably helping.
no, yeah, that literally.
Like, what the fuck are these idiots talking about?
Lizard people? Never gonna happen. And then you see like lizard Biden just like folding his hands. It's good.
There's probably like a fucking.
That was good. That was good.
Or like fucking like in the Dark Knight where Lucius Fox is watching all the screens. There's a lizard watching them all. Like these fucking idiots. We're gonna get away with this.
That's perfect.
Oh man, let's
Let's
Yeah,
to the next
yeah,
topic.
let's hop
Whatever
in.
I want. All right. Oh, Walt Disney's brain.
That's a good one. That's
So
a perfect
yeah, this one might actually be true. That they cryogenically froze, right? That's the word, yeah.
Yeah, cryogenically.
That they froze like his body or some shit, and he's like,
No,
no,
it was just his brain.
they froze his
And they're
brain.
gonna try to thaw it out in the future when
Put
they
it
have
to
the
a robot.
technology, and then put him into a robot. His genius mind can make more TV shows, which is stupid. You could have done that for like someone like Einstein, which they could have. But
For all we know, they did.
yeah,
Why
We have
not?
no idea, bro. If they're doing it with Walt Disney, imagine what else they're doing it with. They've thrown in all the presidents.
yeah,
You have no idea.
that's sick actually.
I don't know if they could have done that for Lincoln and JFK, but
Okay, no, thank you very much. But I
Maybe
mean,
they
did perform.
they
with
cloned it
autopsy
before.
on brain and this and that.
There was a theory on Futurama. It's not really a theory, but it happened to show that every like president's brain and all the famous celebrities, these cryogenically froze just their heads, which is I think worse than death. You said a jar.
Yeah, you just in a
Like,
jar.
I don't mean the museum.
No, yeah. Are you like conscious then? Like,
Yeah, they talk.
in
Oh,
the show.
yeah.
Well, in
They
the
talk.
show, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, theoretically, yeah.
I feel like if Walt Disney thought out, they got that. I feel like he'd have to be able to talk, right?
Yeah.
They'd probably move up with that.
No, I'm saying like while they're frozen, they can, like they can't talk.
No, it's like
Oh,
Austin
they-
Powers. They're like frozen.
Oh wait, when they're frozen?
Yeah.
Well, they froze them, and then like when technology came, they put them into a jar with like liquid, and they kind of make them like they're thawed out at that point. They don't have to get frozen again,
Oh, okay.
so they're just like living a life in a jar.
So is it like the same rule
weird.
as like food where you can't freeze it twice?
That's good theory. I don't know. I feel like
I mean,
that's-
we all know you technically can freeze food twice.
You
but,
shouldn't.
like,
It's not. Yeah, it's like.
I don't think you're supposed to
It'll fucking ruin it.
freeze yourself to begin with. Like
Well,
that's like a
that's what I'm saying,
far out theory
yeah.
itself. Like Captain America stuff. Like
That's kind of what I meant by that.
You know-
You can't compare us to food in that.
You know,
sense.
I gotta say, this is like really off topic, but it also goes with something we were talking about a little bit earlier. Because I just rewatched Avatar. Aang froze. Obviously, he was frozen in the iceberg, and I looked it up because they never told us how he died. Apparently, him and Appa, since they were frozen for so long, once they hit like 60, their bodies just gave up on them because they were frozen for so long. So them being frozen in the iceberg just caught up to them.
what? So they died. What?
Yeah, they like died of natural causes.
Well,
but really
yeah,
young
dumb, you
because
can't-
their functions caught up to
Well,
them.
yeah, dumb. I honestly used to think about that when I was a little kid, but it's fiction.
Well, of course, yeah.
So
but like,
yeah, dumb. You can't survive in ice.
yeah, but this
You're
is
gonna
obviously
die.
this is all fiction. I mean, like, what are the odds that they really froze?
I mean, but dumb. That's why he said it cryogenically.
Yeah.
I mean, it is technically possible to do that, like
Yeah.
to preserve something.
Well, technically,
But like, if you were just in the ocean, and dumb, I think what protected Aang and Appa was like some spirit world shit.
Yeah, but
That's
tech-
what it's supposed to be.
technically that's
Exactly.
like
He was in the Avatar state when he did it.
yeah, but
Exactly.
technically that's cryogenically frozen because he used like not
No,
normal.
he just froze himself.
I mean,
But it's
Cryogenic is scientific and
It's
shit. Like
it's
that.
kind of the same thing.
I would
cryogenically,
say
'cause-
that's cryogenic.
Yeah,
Frozen
'cause you
to
didn't
die.
frozen.
But now you're comparing like what we know as like a robotic, I guess like a mechanical thing, to a spirit world thing in a TV show.
Yeah.
It's just those are two different things.
I feel like it just connects in my head.
I think like again to the Captain America theory. I think if in real life, if you were to free someone, I think they'd come back. Like if you thought them out, they'd be like preserved. Like if
But
I,
it's not regular frozen. I'm sorry, cut you off.
you'd be like flawless skin, like the way you were. Like not flawless, but however you were. But it would just you die.
Oh,
Like,
you wouldn't be
can't.
flawless. You wouldn't be. No, you're right. You wouldn't be able to just bounce back into reality like
Yeah.
that.
I
That's
think
why
we
you notice
thought
how they
about
have to.
these
They would have
funky-
to freeze you and then put you in like a robot or keep you in a jar or something like
Yeah.
that. You can't go about life afterwards. That's it. Is all they're doing is preserving you and like I guess you're not really your consciousness. I don't know. 'Cause I do feel like your consciousness is connected to something like outside what we see as the physical world.
I
You know
think
what
so
mean?
too.
Like no doubt.
Because
But,
up in just bodily. It's like a third eye there.
I mean,
But-
well, yeah. If you can't die, well, yeah. If you're cryogenically frozen, you're not dead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you don't die, I guess your spirit can't be released or whatever however it works. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
there's no one way to say it works, but
That's pretty scary.
yeah, it is scary. I mean,
Never
it's just
wanna
like,
freeze to
you're
death,
just
man.
an entity trapped inside something. You know, like
Wasn't that I forgot? Didn't that how Jack Nicholson died in The Shining? Didn't he get frozen? Or
yeah,
something?
he sat there in the fucking cold because he couldn't find his way out of the maze, and then he froze to death. That's what I'm saying. Like your body just gets too cold and it dies. That's it. No, it would be before they're 60. Trust me. Eventually, the cold gets once your whole body is that entire like below freezing temperature, you're dead. Like
Well, I read it. They said that they died at like 60.
okay, yeah. Who is this
Pretty
guy?
young.
Aang?
Who?
The Avatar?
No, who said this?
Oh, I don't know. It was like because
It was on YouTube.
no, it was on Google.
You read this?
Yeah.
Oh fuck this guy. He's ruining it. Like I said, it's just supposed to be the answer of the spirit world protecting him. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, cryogenically, we have an answer for that. It's because it's through a machine that we made. The answer to that is I'm not saying it's bad, but the answer to that is just like it was the spirit world. Like he's just a spirit, a living spirit. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
He's
obviously
a demigod or whatever. Like
He is a demigod. That's a perfect
Like
way to
he
say it.
forged that ice with spirit magic or whatever. You know, I can't put it in
I
the
think
term.
the Avatar, even if he didn't master all the elements, couldn't he just like tapped into them and just froze himself with the water?
That's what I'm saying. Like
Well-
it's just through his powers. You know,
Well, yeah.
the answer to it is that's what it is. What we have is cryogenic. The answer to that is the machine that we made and how we made it. The answer to how Aang did it was his powers. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's-
It's just two different things.
It's hard to compare.
I'm not calling you stupid, Dom. But I'm
No,
saying
I
the
know.
guy who said this is just being a party pooper.
Yeah, but it makes sense because obviously
But where did he get 60?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure, bro. Think of it this way: if you're just sitting in ice, and the ice itself is however cold it is, and your whole body becomes that temp, bro, your body can't survive at 40 degrees.
All right,
You know
So
what I'm
getting
saying?
on topic.
You're right.
No,
We
no,
have
no.
to
Because I got to correct this.
All right, just say it real quick.
I'm not blaming you. I'm saying the guy who said this.
So
is-
obviously he was frozen with the spirit magic for 100 years.
Okay.
yeah,
right?
because only because you could do that.
When he was 12 years old, he went in the fucking ice. Boom,
Yes.
100 years. He came out 112.
Yes.
When he died, they're saying he was like 160 or something like that. But like realistically, he was 60. But because of the 100 years he was there, he was 160.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, what he said was, since he was in the ice for so long, even though he was protected by spirit magic, his organs and body just started to slow down because he was there for so long,
That makes sense.
and that's why he died.
Okay.
Young.
Now that Avatar lore is expunged.
Oh, so this guy's even stupider than you said originally. I'm sorry to cut you off.
How? That makes sense.
So the spirit magic only protects half of him?
But it makes sense.
Bro, that makes no sense, bro.
He's saying that it covered his spiritual, like it protected his mind, like his psyche, but his body deteriorated.
Obviously,
But if his body deteriorated, then his whole body would deteriorate like that, bro.
He's
The
still-
organs
bro,
can't
it was
stay at
kind
30
of
degrees.
protecting him.
he's still a
It was
human. Like just because he
purifying
has
his,
all
like-
these
Yeah,
abilities, and
that's
he's the
Dom.
Avatar.
That's what I'm saying. If he's a human, he would die like that. Well, he wouldn't say 60 years, bro.
Yeah.
Once you get cold, you're dead.
I don't know. There's something.
You know what I'm
behind
saying?
it.
Like, This guy's just being like, now he's just cross. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm calling, like, by no means am I
No,
insulting you.
I know.
I'm like, this guy's a fucking. I need to call this guy or something, bro.
Yeah, but
Guy's not know what
obviously,
he's talking about. Where the fuck are you, bro?
but-
Watch this video.
but obviously he didn't die in battle because, as we saw in the Legend of Korra, which is the sequel to Avatar, there was no war. Once him and Zuko
Okay.
you know.
What about
See, I didn't watch
Bigfoot?
Korra. I didn't watch Korra. You know
I
what?
did.
Bigfoot, come on.
Bigfoot?
Yeah, he is
It's
Bigfoot.
cool.
Yeah.
I never looked into Bigfoot enough.
That's a good transition.
I never looked into just Bigfoot enough, you know?
Yeah, Bigfoot's like, yeah, it comes and goes.
To put it simply, like, because this is when I started thinking about it entirely different. Like, they say how many, the number changes, it's bigger and bigger every time I hear it.
What, the Bigfoots?
But no, yeah, the number is bigger and bigger every, like, how
Don't
many,
be scared.
how many unknown species there are out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there
Like,
has to be like hundreds, if not thousands.
bro, there's
in the water
millions,
probably
bro.
too. There's probably
We've explored less than 10% of the entire ocean in the world. I mean,
Exactly.
we don't have, bro.
We know more about space than we do.
Just
the ocean.
forget hundreds, bro. There's could be a billion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, yeah, technically.
bro, that's so much of the earth we haven't seen. You know what I'm saying? There could be anything.
There could be like underwater, like adapted dinosaurs and shit that
Yeah.
just like became a thing.
You know,
Like,
no
underwater
doubt.
T-Rex.
You know,
Why
there's
not?
theories that the megalodon is still around, right?
Yeah, Megalodon. So
Forget the megalodon. I know what you mean. Yeah, but like, forget the megalodon. There could be literally things like unfathomable. Not unfathomable, but like
scary as
like
shit.
we would have an. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just a monster the fucking 3 times the size of this house.
Like Sharknado.
There's these
Sure, yeah.
there's these parasites that are like popping up in like the New York Bay, and they're like they go on like crawfish and shrimp and shit, and they just like blood sucking. So they could eventually just adapt and like if they're introduced in the wrong climate, which is like what they are right now, then they're not bad necessarily. They could be where they need to be, but if you take them out of their ecosystem, it could fuck everything up, and they probably just adapt into something that'll fuck us up. It's just scary.
No, absolutely. I mean,
Which is just wild, like a random parasite from the ocean floor that small could just.
oh yeah, bro. Forget about that shit.
What about Bigfoot? Bigfoot would be.
Oh yeah, but Bigfoot, like, he just let's break down Bigfoot like he's a Sasquatch essentially, right?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
isn't a Sasquatch supposed to somehow be related to a Yeti?
Yes.
So a Yeti is like an Arctic Sasquatch. I
Yes.
guess?
Yes.
All right,
Like
so
in Antarctica.
I guess there's this whole like, I don't know what's the word, like, I guess a fandom,
There's a whole
fucking genome of it. I guess. Like,
Yeah.
Like genome for it. I guess. Like.
They're probably like a dying species that are just very rare, and they're just like kind of sentient. Like they not sentient because everything's sentient that we talk about, but it's like they have conscious where they would like know how to hide, they know how to protect themselves, they know if they're coming to endanger them. I think that's what a Bigfoot is, and maybe like there's just 2 different kinds, like a Yeti and then Bigfoot.
Oh no, absolutely.
And
For all you know,
separated.
there's one that lives in the fucking desert. Like, you know.
Yeah, a Yeti, desert Bigfoot, that'd be sick.
What about the Loch Ness
Sandsport.
monster?
What?
The Loch Ness monster.
The Loch Ness monster is a crazy theory.
I mean, that's just like pictures and shit, right? I haven't looked into it enough.
It's-
What's the other evidence
well-
for it?
A Loch Ness monster is technically like
They're saying it's like a dinosaur.
yeah. There's a dinosaur called a plesiosaurus, and it's probably the most representable of that. But obviously, those kind of dinosaurs died out. But you never know. Like since a plesiosaurus was a water animal, even when the meteors hit Earth, like it kind of survived. You never know.
No, you absolutely never know. Yeah, for all you know, there wasn't even a meteor. For all you
I don't
know,
think there
that's
was a
bullshit.
meteor.
Could be something else. We have no idea. With the Loch Ness monster though, what the fuck? Wasn't there some movie
I think so.
that was like supposed to? There was. I remember it started as some little thing that was in a bathtub, and then it became the Loch Ness monster. I'm not bugging. I swear to God.
Well, you talking about Cody and Kid Next Door when they're like, there's like a bathtub episode. And
No, it was a movie. It was a movie, and they called it a water horse or some shit like that. I swear to God.
Water horse.
Some shit. I don't know.
Well, moving on.
Okay, what do you want to talk about next?
The moon landing was fake.
Was yes.
I mean,
Probably.
there's a lot of evidence that proves that it was fake. Like
I've heard so much shit
they're
about
saying that it was like shot on like a movie set, obviously in like Hollywood.
The whole thing around it was that we wanted to beat the Russians into going to space. It was a space race, and we just thought if we just make a fake video, we would kind of like
Convince them that we like.
yeah. It's all about like our technology. Like if they were to like have better technology, it'd be more like bad for us. But like from a perspective of like everything else, like you want to be the number one.
Maybe we gotta take a trip up there ourselves and see if that flag is sitting there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
$100,000.
they probably put it up there now.
Hmm?
They probably put it up there now.
Oh yeah, by now it's definitely there. Oh yeah, they could put it there with a fucking satellite to shoot it down and just bah.
Yeah.
Little one flag drop.
Oh yeah, the shit they got now.
I mean,
Insane.
I believe that it was fake.
I believe so too.
I believe it could have. See, it's the way I am with everything. I very much believe it could have been because it would be very easy for them to just throw it in our face and just have it be fake. But if it was real, I believe it could be real. I believe it could go either way.
Well,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
No, you're 100% right.
It's just because I haven't seen enough actually like raw evidence. I haven't looked into it enough. There definitely is probably some.
I was there, bro. It was fake.
Shut the fuck up, Dom. See, like you actually give your genuine opinion, and then like what? I'm not even trying to be a dick. Why do you think it was fake? Like, what do you have to say? Like, what?
Well, I read the article, but I kind of forgot about it all, to be honest. That Avatar argument really took a lot out of me.
Oh my god. I think Aang went to space one time.
Probably. I think he did it. No, he did. He
All
literally
right.
did it.
All right, so you think we're all living in the Matrix?
Sure.
I think so. Yeah. Let's say so.
What did I say about this earlier? Oh, all right. Because to say it's a matrix, we're in the Matrix, is like essentially like to put it to our terms like simulation, right?
Yeah, it's just a simulation.
Now, genuinely speaking, I talked about some of my boy Mike Googs. Shout out Mike Googs. Because he really helped me out with this conversation a lot. He really, we got into it.
I actually have something to say.
What?
But you can finish. 'Cause
Okay,
mine
so-
isn't as important.
We talked about like you put it into these terms, and this is something that I thought for a while. But he put it into these terms because I remember we talked having a conversation where somebody said that like, oh, bro, the world's definitely a simulation. I don't know if they were even saying it seriously or not. They were just saying something along the lines of that. And he was like, I don't know. I kind of feel like that's kind of like an easy cop out, you know. And I know what he kind of meant by that. What I really understood was that I feel like, for all I know, let's say it is a quote unquote simulation, but bro, like, like, nobody actually like explains it properly. I hear people say shit like, "Oh, bro, like shit just like doesn't add up sometimes, bro." But I feel like I mean I haven't looked into it enough, but when you really break it down, it's actually the opposite side of it because shit does add up, bro. Obviously, math is like our perception of things, but everything is made of math. You know what I'm saying? Everything breaks down to numbers.
You have to like measure shit. You have to
Yeah.
like do everything like that.
Everything breaks down to like a minute
Look, there's a
amount.
serial number on that chair right there.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, forget it, bro. Just like everything breaks down. But then everybody likes to just say other shit. Like the stupid side. Like, oh, bro, like sometimes shit just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up, bro. It's a glitch in the simulation. But I'm like, okay.
You know, there's a theory. It's a movie theory. It's not like real life,
Mm-hmm.
but it has to do with the Matrix.
Okay.
So there's a theory that John Connor from Terminator
Yeah.
is actually Neo from the Matrix.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
he like it's like the Matrix John Connor, because it's made. I'm pretty sure it's made by the same person, or the people who made them are friends, and they like came out and said it something like along those lines. And the robots are like part of it. Yeah, it's like a whole fucked up thing, and I don't remember it all. But that's something to look up if you're interested in the Matrix or Terminator.
I don't know how I feel about that theory.
No, it's like true though. I think.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's
Still
canon.
Yeah, like the creators.
Oh, okay.
The creators.
Oh, well, if it was set by the creators, then like that's like an Easter egg, you know?
Yeah, but it took like they didn't.
It's like,
Like, once people figured it out, then they like.
Okay.
well, it's like the Disney theory. It's like
Yeah,
they
that's
definitely
like
have it
Easter
lined
egg.
up, but it's like if you want to see it like that.
Yeah. No, exactly. Yeah. It's because they can do it. It's their content.
What about this one? This is a really big one that we found online. The Nazis have a secret base in Antarctica.
You know, I heard that Hitler like never died.
Well,
Well,
They
by now he's
survive.
probably dead.
he got poisoned, I think.
Yeah, I heard that he never like actually like when they say that he like killed himself. That's not true.
Well, he could have faked his death.
Yeah.
He could have done what Walt Disney did. Why not?
They
It's
say
just spooky.
they say he like escaped and shit.
He could have just went to Antarctica, had his little Nazi base, and they're just planning a whole forefront in the future. They have like this underground kind of like prison shit that
working
they
with
just
the
like
lizard
have
people.
slaves making like an army.
They're working with the lizard people.
Scary.
See, but
Lizard
I'll be honest.
people,
I've,
bro.
I've heard from multiple different sources. Like I've heard both sides of it. I heard that his body was found. I heard remnants of his body was found.
Yeah, but
So, who even knows?
But I don't think they had the technology to test DNA, so I don't know if they know that it was actually him or not.
What if he had a kid?
He never had a kid. No, he did. I think he might have had kids, or people in his family though, they all vowed to like not reproduce the bloodline, so because they didn't want any of Hitler's descendants going crazy and wanting to do anything that Hitler did, so they all vowed to not renew the bloodline.
I mean, yeah, that's like the extreme version. Of they just wanted to end Hitler's bloodline.
Yeah, they wanted to end Hitler's bloodline, so nobody in his family who was like related to him had kids.
That's nuts.
Yep.
Yeah, imagine what it would be like living like that right now, knowing that like your ancestors, like how you would get treated.
Yo,
if
Hitler's
you
like
found out your ancestors.
You go on Ancestry.com, it's like you've been related to not Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
That'd be pretty lit. Yo.
That would
Oh
be
yeah.
sick.
I'd be like, I gotta reach out, man.
You gotta play basketball with him.
Yo, Uncle Bigfoot, bro. What the fuck? Where are you?
What were you saying?
Oh, you go on Ancestry.com, you're related to Hitler. It's like, oh
The
shit.
government comes knocking on your door. It's like you're related to Hitler. You gotta fucking arrest you or some shit.
It's like you know too much.
Yeah.
Going out.
They put you on like a watch list. That would suck.
Do you guys believe in the Bermuda Triangle?
I feel like there's
I
something.
mean, it's a real thing, right?
Yeah.
It's actual like area.
Yeah.
Right? I know people say like
It's kinda like a
spooky
dead
and
zone.
shit. Yeah.
I feel like there's something actually happening there, but it's not like what they're saying. Like there's definitely like things going on, but they're saying that things are just disappearing out of thin air. Like I feel like they're just.
I mean, expand. Do you mean like? What do you mean by things going on? Like spooky things?
No, nothing like that. Like I feel like it's just a series of ridiculous coincidences where maybe they're crashing or they're crashing somewhere else, and then there's probably stuff at the bottom of that ocean fucking just devouring them. Honestly.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't know enough about it. I didn't really know like whatever physical pictures of the Bermuda Triangle are out there. I've never seen whatever you want to say, but
It's just a triangle in the ocean.
I'll tell you right now. At this point, if it's really that much of a conspiratorial spot, I don't even know the word for that, or controversial spot.
Conspiratorial, that's the word.
Okay, conspiratorial spot. The government is easily have shit. They have shit there.
Yeah,
I
bro.
wouldn't even doubt it. Wait, is it just open with water? Is it like a series of islands? Like what exactly?
I think there's like 3 islands that make up a triangle or something like that. I haven't like looked at it in a while.
I'll tell you right now, the government, even if they told us about it or not, at one point, bro, they have definitely researched and looked into what's there. And if not, then because this is what I think about. Like, not even gonna say the government. I'll say
The lizard.
shut up, Dom. Any government in this world, you know what I'm saying? Any higher power in this world has definitely looked into it, bro. Trust me, because if you had the money, let's say if you had the money or the ability to do it, wouldn't you?
Holy shit! I just had
Oh, yeah.
it.
Exactly.
I have a
Right?
theory.
What?
The lizard people, their base is under the Bermuda Triangle,
I'm tired of this fucking lizard.
and they don't want people going around there, so they're knocking everything out with EMPs.
I would say like the Megalodon be near the Bermuda Triangle, if anything. Or just like something like that.
Yeah, for all, oh my god, imagine you really it's something stupid like that. You just
Or-
fall out of your plane, you're like, what do I do now? And you see this mouth the size of that fucking wall, bro.
Or
Or bigger.
Nah, yeah.
or the lizard people have a pet megalodon.
Shut the fuck up, Dom.
How much do you think the lizard people are?
I don't think they're really.
No?
No.
Not even like a slight percentage?
I mean, I feel like there's always a possibility, but
What would
like,
you say that percentage would be?
like maybe like 2%. There's like a 1 or 2% chance that like there's actually lizard people running the world.
I'm a lizard person.
I mean, Dom, you can't forget, I always say this too, there's always levels to every conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean by that?
Well, yeah.
Like, for all we know, there are real lizards. I wouldn't be surprised to find out, honestly, if I find out there are people out there who are secretly like lizards. I'd be like, you know what? For all we know, like, I've really come to mind that like there could be aliens living among us. Or
Oh,
some shit
definitely,
like that.
definitely.
You know what I'm
is.
saying?
There's no shot that there isn't.
So, I wouldn't be surprised to hear that. But to say that they're all like banded together running the world, that's the true ultimate conspiracy of that. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's always little mixes. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of aliens,
Oh my god, my sinuses are killing me.
aliens built the pyramids in Egypt.
Aliens built the pyramids.
I never really cared too much for this theory, but
Yeah, me
everyone
neither.
talks about it.
But I heard some shit, like, I forget who.
Too accurate to cut the pyramids.
I think my history teacher explained some way that. Let me say that again. I think my history teacher in high school explained it one way that they used like water or some shit to move it. I have no idea what the fuck he said. But
the theory.
Shut up, Mr. Grasso.
The theory is, right? Those, because obviously the pyramids are made out of limestone, and those are fucking heavy blocks.
But like,
So how are they getting them up there? Perfect.
Slaves, bro. They had so many slaves and they had nothing to do but do it every day.
Yeah, but I don't know, bro. I think the aliens definitely built those pyramids.
Well, that's a theory. That's actually could be a thing.
Doesn't like one of those bricks? I'm sorry if I cut you off. Doesn't one of those bricks weigh like a ridiculous amount?
Yeah, it's like 2,000 or 3,000 pounds.
Well, obviously they probably like, you know, they did like 200, 300 people at a time.
Well, yeah, they got bad people on their shit, man, no doubt.
The way I look at it, right? If there is aliens, and there definitely is, because this is a gigantic universe, so there has to be other things besides us living in it. There's really, I feel like that you have to be ignorant to not think of that at least.
Yeah, that is true.
If they're living out there, they're probably way more advanced than us.
Well, yeah.
So, I feel like they had, if they were here, they definitely helped them build the pyramids and they worshipped them. Because I'm pretty sure I saw something that there's like hieroglyphics of people who are not human, and they're like worshipping people who are not human. So, you know, take that for what you will.
Well, that's probably their gods at the time, like, you know, the...
Yeah, but here's the thing. What if they saw the aliens in their UFOs or whatever helping them build the pyramids, and they thought that they were gods? And
That's
they worship them like gods.
Well, Dom, I'll say this much: if aliens really were that advanced, they wouldn't even need our help. I'm not even trying to be.
No, of course.
They would literally they would practically fabricate that. You know what I'm saying? It would be some level of that shit. It would be out of this world. But I know what you mean. Yeah, for all you know, they were worshipped as gods or something. But Dom, I'll be honest, that almost makes sense when you look at the terms. Just think about see, that's the thing. People back then, they were smart, but people were like, just with how much less contact they had outside of what they just saw right in front of them, you know, like that's where like technology comes into play. Like just with that, like it was so easy to influence people. Like everybody was living in their own fucking cult. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I feel like it proves it even more, because it was so easy to convince someone of something. So,
I mean, that's a very small side of it, Dom. But well, I'll say this much, Dom. Back then, especially if you don't even know what, like, think of it this way: we know we have the concept of space. There could be aliens out there. Back then, they looked up at the sky and they thought it was like the dead people in the stars. You know what I'm saying? And then you see something come down and build you a giant monuments like that, you will think it's a god. You know what I'm saying? Like,
how the fuck did you do that?
Yeah, there is. For years. That's the thing. Like, I feel like one piece just everything pieces together, but like it's a bunch of what ifs.
Imagine they just came down and it's like, I'm gonna come back in like 100, 200,000 years and see how you guys progress, and then just dipped.
Wow. No, you're right.
Well,
see what you guys do with this, and now it's just a tourist attraction. Like,
yeah. It's like, what about my pyramid?
I mean, it's not like we don't have, compared to them, we have a lot more. But
oh yeah.
They'll probably be like, hopefully this is an investment. Hopefully they'll be like us one day.
I feel like our only contribution to the universe where they wouldn't take us out is our food.
I feel like
we probably make gas food to them. Like, they never had a cheeseburger.
yo.
Right.
Oh, wow.
That is true, yeah.
Yeah, they'd be like, yo, this shit's gas. If you guys can keep making this, we'll leave you alone. We'll give you all you want.
Well, that pretty much does it for us. I have to go worship the lizard people now. They paid me to say all those things.
Yeah, I gotta worship Bigfoot now.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you maybe next week. We'll see how the posting schedule goes.